Good morning, my little angels. We are gonna get in the Christmas spirit today, but we're gonna do it the book girly version. I wanna do a bunch of book related things today, but we're gonna make it super festive and Christmassy because it's November and I'm me. And that's how we do things over here. We're gonna start off by going to the bookstore. I'm about to go right now. I've been waiting for it to open and it opens in 1 minute. So do you like my wallpaper? Aww. I will always have a seasonal wallpaper on my phone. Yeah, the bookstore opens in 1 minute. So we're gonna head on over to Indigo. I'm gonna update you on the book I'm currently reading. I'll do a book haul because I have bought a few books recently and I might buy some more today. I also want to start reading a Christmas book. Listen, I hate Hallmark shit. That felt really aggressive and rude, but I don't like overly cheesy things. I've never liked Hallmark movies. I don't like cheesy romance books, but I want to read something Christmassy. So I'm on the hunt for fantasy related Christmas books. I've been doing a little bit of research. I also asked on TikTok for some recommendations and I did get at least one really good one. I'm just gonna look around Indigo today and we're gonna see if we can find some Christmas books that aren't insufferable. It's 10 and the bookstore is officially open, so let's go to chapters.
We're returning to the war camp in the morning, and this time you're coming with us.
Chapter 20. Amantreath.
I've been listening to Quicksilver. I'm about 50% through. I've been reading it on my Kindle and listening to it on Audible. I have thoughts. I don't know if we should maybe just talk about this when we get home. We can, because I just got to chapters. I was kind of raging the whole way here listening to this audiobook. I'm sorry, the FMC, she is insufferable. I don't know if it's partially her voice on the audiobook, the guy's voice. Hello? He kind of sounds like Rhysand, the guy who read A Court of Thorns and Roses on Audible. It sounds like the same guy. I don't know if it is. His name's Anthony Palmini. Love his voice. Love his character. I love Kingfisher. Kingfisher's great. And this girl, she's a stubborn, whiny brat. And I know everyone loves this book, and I do think the magic system is really cool. I'll explain what it's about in case you haven't heard anything about it when we get back. I don't want to yap too much about it right now, but we'll get into it. Oh my gosh, she's annoying. I'll get into all of that when we get back, because let's just go inside. We're here. If this is not straight, my deepest condolences. I'm really sorry, but you're balancing on my steering wheel. And I need to show you the books I got. We had a lot of success. I think I succeeded in my mission in finding some fantasy related Christmassy books. I'm gonna start with the one that I'm most excited for, and I'm probably gonna start reading today. This one was recommended to me on TikTok, and it is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, you heard that right. It's MM, and it's about the Prince of Halloween and the Prince of Christmas. This is perfect. This is right up my alley. I'm so excited to read this. It has fancy little sprayed red edges. So this is very Christmassy, yet has magic and fantasy elements to it. This is exactly what I was looking for. If you have other book recommendations that are like this, please let me know. Okay, let's get kind of the the non-fantasy ones out of the way now, because there are a few. Firstly, I know I said I hate cheesy, and this looks extremely cheesy to me, but I've heard so many people talk about this, and I have to give at least one rom-com book a chance, okay? So this is Snowed In by Catherine Walsh. It's fake dating. They do get snowed in a cabin. Fake dating and forced proximity, being snowed in a cabin. I'll give it a try. This next book is actually kind of similar to that one, but it's by a fantasy author, Jennifer Armentrout. Jennifer Armentrout got me back into my love of reading as an adult. She got me obsessed with romantasy and I have never looked back. So I had to give this a try. This is Frigid by her. I've never read a non-fantasy book by Jennifer Armentrout, so I'm excited to see how this goes. It has a really cutie little blue sprayed edge. It doesn't look like it's too long. Very similar plot to this one, except it's childhood best friends to lovers. And then there's a massive snowstorm and they're stuck at a posh ski resort. So in this one, they're snowed in a cabin. This one, they're stuck at a ski resort. We're gonna see how much I like some forced proximity. This one is out of my comfort zone, but I'm really intrigued by it. This is The Bear and the Nightingale. This girl here, Katie, she checked me out and she was like, oh my gosh, hey, that's me. I'm Katie. I recommended this one. It's one of my staff picks. This isn't necessarily Christmas holiday related, but it's winter. It's very wintry related. It's set in winter in Russia. It's kind of about Russian folklore or mythology or whatever you want to call it. There's this one fairy tale about Frost and he is a blue-eyed winter demon. I don't know if he's gonna appear. I kind of hope he does. I don't know if it's that type of fantasy book, but there is magic in it. At least I think there's magic in it. It seems like there's hinted magic because it says that the main character has to call upon dangerous gifts she has concealed. And then this final book, I have never heard anyone talk about this at all. And again, this is more of a winter book, I would say. It's called The North Wind. Has anyone heard of this? It's from the fantasy section and it's inspired by Beauty and the Beast and the myth of Hades and Persephone. Already sold. This lush and enchanting enemies to lovers fantasy romance is perfect for fans of Sarah J Maas, Jennifer Armentrout, and Scarlett St. Clair. Check, check, check. It's set in this place called Edgewood. There's endless winter. So that just makes me feel like this would be perfect to read in December or January or even February when it's freezing and snowing outside because it's not Christmassy, but it's still winter. The main character's name is Ren. What I'm picturing is like Atlantis. You know how there's like that bubble in Atlantis that covers them? That's what I'm picturing. They have this giant, it's almost like a shield, a magical barrier that protects the townsfolk from everything outside of Edgewood. North Wind is a dangerous immortal whose heart is said to be as frigid as the land he rules. So this guy, North Wind, is an immortal, and of course she's a human. Typical. When are we gonna get the book about the girl being the immortal god and the man being the human? Can we get that book sometime? Why is it always the girl who's the damsel in distress? I think I did a pretty good job considering the parameters that I kind of set for myself, which was buying holiday books that were fantasy-ish related. I know some of them aren't fantasy, okay? Just ignore this one. This one is kind of fantasy related because it's by Jennifer Armentrout, okay? But just don't look at snowed in. The rest though, I think I kind of succeeded. I'll let you guys know what I think, and if you have any other recommendations, please tell me because I would love to read some fantasy books that have Christmas in them at this time of year. Oh my gosh, I have to show you my mug too. I know. I did buy a mug. It's literally the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's not Christmas related. This is gonna be a year-round mug. I'm not gonna use it right now. The inside of it is green, which is already adorable. On the one side, it says chapter 22, new friends. And then this side, this is the reason I bought it. It has a little blurb on it. Sometimes I feel like I like fictional characters more than I like real people. It's probably kind of strange and I probably shouldn't think that or say it out loud because I really do love the people in my life, but I feel like book characters are on my wavelength and we'd totally be best friends if they were real, but for now, I clearly just have to acknowledge and be okay with the fact that I'm in love with fictional characters. And yes, that was a run-on sentence. I wasn't just reading it like that. They wrote it as a run-on sentence. I'm in love with fictional characters. I had to buy it. I had to buy it. It's so cute. I'm obsessed with it. I'm really excited to use this mug and I'm really excited about all my books. I'm so happy and so excited. Oh my gosh, guys. I don't even know if I should tell you this because it's actually not gonna be funny at all if it's true. I'm kind of having a shingles scare right now. And this is really, really not gonna be funny. Hello? What is my lighting doing? But this is really not gonna be funny for me to go back and edit if I end up actually having shingles. But of course, I started asking ChatGPT about my symptoms because I've been having this weird stinging sensation right here. On one side of my face, on my cheek, just like on my skin. My skin has just been stinging. And of course I looked it up and ChatGPT was like, yeah, you have shingles. This is the first early sign stage of shingles. Ha! Sorry, what? No, you're joking. People still get shingles? I'm not 50. You usually get shingles when you're 50 and above. I also had chickenpox when I was in grade 7. So what else could it be? It's literally will randomly just start stinging. Like my skin, it feels like a bee sting. Like little needles are stabbing the side of my face, and it's literally just right here. I have not changed my skincare. I'm not doing anything new. It's bizarre. Am I okay? Guess you guys will see soon. The stinging lasts for a few days, and then you're down bad with rashes and you have shingles. So I guess you guys will find out soon. Closer. Let's talk about some books. Are these giving you a glare? Sometimes I feel like they give you a glare. Every time I take my glasses off, I feel like I always get insecure because they leave red marks on my nose. And then I just have these little red marks for way longer than I feel like I should have. Do you guys notice that kind of thing? You probably don't, and now you're gonna notice because I told you. I have my cozy little tea, and we're gonna sit down and gossip about some books right now. We already know I cannot wait to start this. I love an MM book. That's male, 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 male. You know what I'm saying? There is just something about the sweetness of it. I don't know. I have no explanation. There's something about it. I love it. I cannot wait to start reading that. We're gonna start it right now. But before we get started, we need to discuss Quicksilver because I am a little bit confused as to why everyone is so obsessed with it. I'm halfway. I was talking about our main girl. Her name's Saris. I want to like her. Listen, I hope I like her as time goes on. I do, as I said, I like Kingfisher. I do like him. He does give Rhysand. He's very playful, confident, kind of toys with her and teases her. And of course she's like, oh my God, don't tease me. Meh, meh, meh. And then in her head, she's like, but he's so sexy. She's literally like, I hate him so much. I hate this male. He's the worst. He's a terrible person. And then, firstly, she doesn't even know him at all. How dare she think these things? I'm like defensive of him at this point because she's so rude. He saved her life and he's taking care of her. But she'll literally in the same breath be like, I hate him so much. He's so hot. No one, I feel like I've just come to terms with nobody can do enemies to lovers in the way that Sarah J. Maas can. No one can do it. For example, he's constantly trying actually to get her to eat her dinners, to get her to eat her meals, which she comes from a place where she barely has enough water to literally survive. So she's starving, dehydrated. And all he wants her to do is eat her food. And she's such a brat that listen, I'm not trying to be a hater, but the stubbornness, maybe it's some self-reflection happening here because I'm stubborn. I'm so stubborn. So maybe me seeing her stubbornness, it's triggering me, but she's so stubborn that her stomach is literally growling. You can hear it growling. And she's like, I'm not hungry. You little bitch, like just eat your damn food and stop trying to prove some sort of point. He literally wants to take care of you and wants you to eat food and be strong and healthy. And you're being like, oh, he's the worst ever. He's such a terrible I don't get it. It's not making sense to me how we're supposed to dislike him and how are we supposed to think he's a bad person? No part of me thinks he's a bad person. And I feel like we're supposed to be on her side. I don't get it. I get what was trying to be done, but I don't think the execution was done super well. And I'm so upset because I wanted to love this book so much, but I feel like my expectations are so high. And if you're wanting enemies to lovers, this is not it because they have no grounds to be enemies. Okay, all of this is in the description on Goodreads, so I'm not spoiling anything. But she's literally taken to a Fey realm where she has okay, Saris is originally from the desert, basically. She lives in this place where it's hot all the time. There's 2 suns and no moon, no nighttime. The sun is always out, it's always hot. Everyone's always dehydrated. She lives in a very poor area and the queen does not give her area any rations or proper water. Like they literally have to fight each other for water. So it's terrible. They like live in poverty. They're constantly dehydrated. She gets taken to this Fey realm, with Kingfisher. She just complains the whole time. Hello? You finally have food and water and shelter, and you're so ungrateful. She is so ungrateful. I would be bowing at this man's feet. Thank you for bringing me to a Fey realm. I don't want to be with the humans. I just don't relate to her. You know, I don't relate to Saris in any way because I would be jumping for joy if this man brought me to a Fey realm. And she's just determined to hate him and determined to be a grumpy brat. I don't even think I explained what Quicksilver is, but it's a metal. The magic system revolves around Quicksilver, and there's portals and you can transport between realms through the portals, and they've determined that there's this long lost species of people called alchemists, and alchemists can control the Quicksilver, and that's the not an ad on my ambiance. I really like the magic system in this. I love when a magic system is unique. For example, One Dark Window, amazing magic system, but it had the characters to match. I just don't know if Saris can be redeemed at this point. She seems like a 17-year-old brat. She's not even endearing. Like, it's not even in an endearing way. It's in a you're so ungrateful and rude and sassy for no reason. Okay, I actually need to stop. I need to stop because I'm getting fired up. I'm glad I'm not gonna be reading this right now because I need a break from Saris. And we need to get into this. Oh my God, this is so much lighter. We need to get into this book and read about Cole and Hex. Hex? Why do I want to put that on my baby name list? Would a child get made fun of if their name was Hex? Possibly as a child, but I feel like as an adult, you'd be really cool. The golden-hearted Prince of Christmas falls for the totally off-limits Prince of Halloween. I'm already giggling my feet. Giggling my feet? That did not just come out of my mouth. I'm already kicking my feet and giggling. Let's grab my tea, suit up. What the hell? I need to stop. I have my bookmark. And we're gonna begin. And I'll give you guys updates as we go because I am not working out today. Tuesdays is my rest day. I have the rest of the day to enjoy this. I kind of want a snack. I really want chocolate. I'm gonna get some chocolate. Oh my gosh. Why do people not like reading? Like, how could you not like reading? Nothing is comparable to sitting down with some chocolate, a book, a tea, ambiance, candle. If you've read Zodiac Academy, you know who I'm thinking of when I'm reading this. The loves of my life. My favorite couple. I can't think about Zodiac Academy right now though. I'll actually cry. Okay, let's begin. The dedication. I always joke that I'm going to dedicate my books to you, the reader. But this one, I mean it. This book is for you. I just want to make you smile. We all deserve that. I hate that I read so slow. I've been reading for over an hour easily. And I'm only on page 78. I feel like I just really read every single word. I don't skim anything. And I reread things so that I have the full picture in my head. I don't know, I'm just slow. But I'm kind of eating it up. I'm kind of eating it up so far. It's actually kind of funny. The main character's funny. For example, he goes, Hex stares down into a mug like he's trying to will it to transform into something less Christmassy. Maybe he's using Halloween's magic to do that. Coco into, what's a Halloween drink? Apple cider? Goat blood? Tell me why I laughed out loud when I read Goat Blood. Why is that so funny? For a Christmas book, I'm enjoying it. There's a little bit of magic, but it's not a ton. It is very similar to The Nightmare Before Christmas in the sense that there's the different houses, like the different holidays interacting. I'm giggling. It's been one page and I'm giggling. He's just funny. The main guy, the main guy's Cole, who is the son of Santa, basically the king of Christmas. He's like, he definitely takes after his dad, a taller, older, and somehow paler and leaner version of Hex, with less adornments and a sullen expression befitting someone who might have just levitated out of a coffin. I'm sorry. Why is that so funny? Why is that such a funny way to describe someone? A sullen expression befitting someone who might have just levitated out of a coffin. Guys, listen to this. Where is it? Oh, It starts on this page. This will be fun with one hand. Hold on, please. Wait a second. His shoulders are thin, bony, as sharp as his eyebrows, and that cutting look in his gaze. Everything about him is filed to a knife point, and I suddenly want nothing more than for him to make me bleed. Okay, why is that hot? Guys, I can't stop yapping to you. I keep reading one page and then I have another thing to say. You know what is so cute? Blushing. Why is blushing so cute? Like someone just gets cutie little pink rosy cheeks. I'm actually emotional thinking about blushing. It's so adorable. It just popped up in here. Blushing. Oh my god, it's so cute. Especially when a boy blushes. Oh my god. I love when books have texting in it. I first learned that I love this while reading Magnolia Parks, which I still have only read the first book and I need to continue that, but that's not a very wintry book, so I'm gonna read that in the spring probably. But I love text messages in books. It just gives so much personality and realness to the characters, I find, and makes them seem more human.